Testing.
Sounds good. You need some?
evening and welcome to Oregon City Pioneer Stadium for the 2022 Oregon State Championship semifinal game between the Jesuit Crusaders and West Linn Lions. In accordance with the OGLA and USA lacrosse rules of sportsmanship, we ask all fans to respect all players, coaches, officials, and work to keep tonight's atmosphere positive. Now to introduce the West Linn Lions from the Three River League. The starters are number 4, Reese Wasman. Number 6, Nina Mango. Number 9, Sam Bast. Number 12, Lily Hoagie. Lucky number 13, Lily Campbell. Number 14, Emerson Carl. Number 16, Melanie Kay. Number 17, Caitlin Jr. Number 18, Brooklyn Chile. Number 19, Riley Freeman. Number 22, Kaya Cato. And number 24, Lila Skates. And playing for the Jesuit Crusaders from the Metro League. Number 1, Sydney Kim. Number 2, Kara Sue. Number 7, Gigi Abernathy. Lucky number 13, Piper Dascos. Number 15, Sophie Patelli. Number 18, Bryn Ensminger. Number 19, Kiana Santiago. Number 21, Mason Young. Number 22, Parker House. Number 23, Amy Edwards. Number 24, Tessa Randall. And number 49, Sydney Bartone. All right, folks, now will you please stand, rise, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the OGLA High School State Semifinals. It's lacrosse, and I'm Todd Mansfield, and joined tonight by Sean Hansen of the OGLA board. Sean, these two teams have met before, and I think this is a great way to start off the Final Four.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. It's warm out here, though. I don't know if any Oregon kids are prepared for this heat.
Certainly with the way the spring has been so far, we're used to rain. We're used to nasty weather. This, plenty of clouds in the sky, but a beautiful evening for lacrosse. Let's talk for a moment before they get things set and get it going about these two teams. First, West Linn, 14-3 overall, 10-2 in conference, a 3 overtime win over Lake Ridge in the quarters, 9-8 to get here. What do you see as the strengths for this team?
I think the strength's really their midfield. They move the ball really well. They're clean coming down, and their transition goals are always on. They have a good balance overall in their game, and Unfortunately, though, they are battling a few injuries and that triple overtime win, so it's going to be a lot for them to come out today and have the power to overtake Jesuit.
We'll talk about that as the broadcast goes on. And speaking of Jesuit, they are trying to win their second straight title, 6-0 in conference, 15-0 overall. Coach Lauren Blumhart has this team clicking, it seems like, right now.
Yeah, I think talent-wise, they have a lot of freshmen. Gigi Abernathy, particularly in the draw circle, has been amazing this year. Freshman coming in when they played LO, I watched that game, and she played the entire game, didn't come off. And as a midi, that is a lot. You're logging miles with that one.
No excuses for her when the parents say, hey, clean your room. You know she's got plenty of energy. She can't say no, but then again, maybe she's too tired to do it, because you're right. When you're playing the full game out here, it can take a toll on you. And sometimes we'll watch that late in this game and see if that plays a role. But the girls are rested, they're ready, and with an opportunity to bring home a state title, everybody's excited. Lake Oswego showing up now on the far side here at Oregon City Stadium, where they're getting ready for a game later tonight against Oregon Episcopal. But right now in the draw circle, we'll take a look out there. You hear it is Abernathy, as you mentioned.
Yep, and it looks like we got Wasman coming up with Eva Murray off due to an injury, and Audrey Jacqueline as well. Westland's going to come out hard, and the Lions really need to win the draws to get going.
And we are underway. Originally it'll be picked up by Cadle, and Cadle will set things up for the Lions, trying to bring it on up, gets it to the far side where it's going to be grabbed by Wasman. Wasman goes ahead and gets it to Sheely, and they'll set it up behind. First opportunity for the Lions. What are you looking for right out of the gate?
I think they just want to get a quality shot off. You know, maybe not rush. They're working it around right now. Everyone's getting a touch. I think that's super important early on, and just get a quality look on cage. I think we're going to have big-time goalies here as well. I think that's going to be a key. Both goalies are awesome.
So we'll talk about them in just a moment, as right now moving around trying to create something is Bast. However, all she did was create a turnover as that pass didn't connect, and now it's the Crusaders' first opportunity.
Yeah, first opportunity for a ride here, so let's see. I think this is something Jesuit struggled with early on when they played out low, is transitioning the ball up the field cleanly.
Now it's Esminger. She gets it up top for Abernathy. She'll bring it off to the far side where it goes over to Piper Daskalos. She's the player of the year in their conference, first teamer. Always a danger. Does so much, had 53 goals this year. You have to watch out for her, but a balanced team and a balanced attack. Wrapping around the near side, trying to create. That's Patelli. Gets pushed out, pushed away. These two teams played to a 10-9 nail-biter earlier this year, April 5th.
We had a flag there, probably a 3 seconds off ball. When they see them hold up the flag, that means they see a foul, but they're waiting for the attacking play to finish. So as the attacker pulled out, that was when the official blew the whistle. She doesn't want to stop the attack from going to goal.
So Abernathy, Gigi Abernathy with it up top at the 12-meter. They'll set up again. Looking around. Again, just like you talked about on the other end, Sean, the fact that Crusaders may be trying to get everybody in those early nerves. It doesn't matter how much you've played and how much experience. When it's state semifinals, there are nerves.
Yeah, I definitely think both teams, you know, looking for something here. West Linn, I don't think, has been to a state final since 2016 or 17. So I think they're hungry for it. And Jesuit, obviously, as you said, coming up. Oh,
here comes Abernathy down the middle. Gets the shot. Gets the goal. 1-0 the start for Jesuit.
Start the game with the score.
yeah, and Todd, I don't know if you noticed on that play, they held up that flag. So she was fouled as she was going to goal, but since she shot, they let it count, and it's a goal for Gigi.
So that is the first one for Gigi today, and taking a look at that, that's just a few minutes in. 22:30 to go here in the first half, and Jesuit takes the lead. And we're so close up here, right, with the teams down in front of us, we can hear a lot sometimes of what the coaches are saying. And there's Lauren Blumhart wishing saying some extra tips there before we have the draw. This one again, let's see how things start off. High up in the air, who's going to control it? Ground ball grabbed there by Abernathy. And here they come again, inside quickly, and we've got a whistle.
Yeah, just a little push there, horizontal stick. I'm guessing the officials are going to call it tight early. It's kind of like teaching. You can't go back on the rules. So you can loosen it by Christmas.
So Dascalosa on the 8, ready, fires, misses wide, but teammate was back there, so it will remain Crusaders?
Yep.
Yes.
So that's one of the interesting things about lacrosse, right, is when you shoot, if it's on a shot, closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds is who gains possession. I think that's something watchers who aren't familiar with the sport sometimes get confused with.
So up top, it belongs to Santiago. Wants to try and create, lost the ball, had it knocked away, but I heard a whistle blow.
Yeah, it's going to be a horizontal stick again. Just got to keep that between 10 and 2. Horizontal stick in and of itself can be a call. At the collegiate level, you don't see it called as much, but it is in the rule book, and that's how it's written.
You know, I know lacrosse is like a lot of sports, but now you're making it sound like it's like driving as well. All of a sudden, keep it between 10 and 2.
Yeah.
I remember that in driver's lessons about 35 years ago. Up top, it belongs to Santiago. Now they give it off to Abernathy as they take their time. Getting set up on offense. A good start for Jesuit with the 1-0 lead. Down the middle, shot, and another goal for Jesuit. Coming in to get that one, Tessa Randall.
Yeah, just a nice clean drive there. Got the edge on her defender and took it straight in. I think West Lynn's going to need to hedge a little bit if they want to defend a little bit better and get those first slides early. They haven't made Jesuit make that extra pass. So that could be something that defensive coordinator Greg Close is talking about with his team. He's been with the program for a while.
So as they get things set up, not the kind of start West Linn wanted, but again, this is a battle-tested team, a storied program as we've talked about. They've been to the finals 11 different times, winning 4 championships over the years. They'd love to find a way to get back there if they possibly could, but they're going to have to go through this tough Jesuit team, a team that has yet to falter so far this year, even toppling the team that many consider a favorite, which is Lake Oswego, and they're in the other semifinal. On the draw, we'll redo it.
So that's going to be a redraw there. The ball's got to go above the shoulders, above the head is what they're looking for. If they can't tell why that was caused, they'll just do a redraw. If there's a little bit of falter, someone not going up or someone going early, then it'll go the other way. So just a redraw on this one.
To get these set up, we've got 20:54 here to go in the first half. Again, Todd Mansfield and Sean Hansen on the broadcast. We're all set to have this evening's game as well between LO and OES, but right now it's all Crusaders as they carry it in. Santiago picks up the ball and gets things set again. So again, as you watch this, Sean, you were talking about, is it the slide, the help, is it there, is it not there if the ball gets knocked free? But we've got the whistle.
Yeah, just another cross check there. A little bit of a push. Officials are really calling this one tight early, trying to keep it safe for the girls.
Up top it goes, right side. There's another whistle, and we're going to, as you mentioned.
It's going to be a shooting space on that one.
Okay.
So that just means as she was looking to drive, there was a defender not within a stick's length standing in the lane to goal. That's just a safety issue. A lot of these rules are made by safety since the girls almost have virtually no equipment.
Right. So here we are, set up on the right side. Looks like that's Randall. She's cutting in. She goes to the right. Great save, however, by Campbell.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of check, a little defensive help there.
Knocked the stick,
yeah,
deflecting that away, but again, Campbell was right there to go ahead and pick that one up, brings it up the right side, gets it out to Carl. Looks to advance it with a little bit of space, but just missing was Freeman. And now on the transition, Jesuit will try to go the other direction. Sydney Kim carrying it through. Pushing it on up ahead, it gets over to Patelli. And, you know, the interesting thing, we've talked about it being called tighter, so my question becomes, does this crew do the later game? And do they only call the first game in the early stages tight, and the second game,
no,
they're like, it's loose?
I don't think if you have to, you ever want to do 2 games in a row as an official. I know I usually log 5 to 7 miles on my games, so.
Okay, and by the way, we encourage all of you, if you want to get in shape, become an official in lacrosse.
It's the only thing you get paid to stay in shape instead of paying for that gym membership.
So on the far side, Jesuit trying to create. There's some space in front. That one off the bar.
Oh, just off the pipe. Piper with the lefty roll right there.
Almost able to come up with it, but sometimes you get a little extra help from those pipes, and that's exactly what happened for Campbell. Now we've got the whistle blown on the far side. The Lions will have the opportunity to advance. And a little bit of space, not much.
Yeah, check towards the head right there. It's going to be called every time. No helmets in girls lacrosse, so got to keep the head safe.
Up the middle it goes. Trying to spin around with it is Sheely. Again, that's where we've got a little bit of extra contact, so they'll just keep moving it on up, and as they do, here come the Lions. And over there, it's McKay. McKay drops it in. Ball, though, however, on the turf, the 50-50 ball picked up by Jesuit. Can they stay with it? They do. And out comes Randall.
Man, this just isn't seeing what I've seen from West Linn earlier in the season. They're really struggling with their passing game.
Piper cuts in, has the space, takes a shot right there in the head.
Yeah, again, we had that flag there. She was on that scoring play. Check towards the face. Going to be called every single time.
So she'll have another opportunity. Will Piper Daskalos, the junior. That's the tough part. You have to hate it when you face a team that's got this player of the year, a really strong presence out there. And you're like, dang it, she's not a senior. They're coming back. They can't leave early in high school. Here's the shot, misses wide right. Nice deflection by Campbell.
Yeah, both these teams are pretty young. Lots of good talent in the junior classes, particularly, as well as some good freshmen on both sides.
Another shot, that one missing just to the left of Sophia Patelli, trying to wrap around on the near side. Got some help from the teammates down there as House went ahead and got into position, allowing them to maintain possession. Again, setting up the offense from behind. Just working a little two-man game. Now, let's see what they can get. Spin move down just outside the crease.
Again, push called there. I think she just got a little high.
So Jesuit right now clicking in terms of their offense, giving themselves opportunity. West Linn's got to try and find a way to get back into this one. Down 2-0 with 16:09 clock running. Nice hesitation move. The shot, great save by Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell went up high for that one.
On the transition, carrying it out, it's Laidlaw. Fires it on up ahead, gets it over to McKay. McKay now trying to set some offense in motion for the Lions. Cuts through, inside the 8. She'll drop it back out so they can set things up. Nice patience showed by McKay that time. Cutting inside, there's an opportunity. As getting in was Wassman. She was inside the 8, so here she goes. Their first real opportunity to put something in the back of the net. Down 2-0.
Yeah, I think it might be a good opportunity for them to. It's a good hash. I wouldn't be surprised if she drove in.
There's the shot, but goes up high that time, and Partovi gets the save. Something they're used to calling for the Crusaders. Almost a 60% save percentage for her. Bring it up the left side, it's Kim. Nice hesitation move to create some space and get it into the offensive end. So the Crusaders able to turn that one back. Sydney Partovi, first team goalkeeper in their league for Jesuit.
Yeah, 60% save average is awesome. Anything above 50, you're riding pretty nice.
There's no doubt, a 5.76 goals against average. Up top, it belongs to Abernathy. She cuts in, runs into one player. Lost the ball on the turnover. Nice defensive slide.
Yeah, a lot of contact there, but legal because her stick was straight up. She didn't reach for it.
Oh, but going for the back check. That looked like a wonderful opportunity by Patelli. Looked like she had it.
Yeah, I think in college you're going to get away with that one, but you can't go through the sphere in high school, which is exactly what she did. She's a little bit taller, so she tried to use that to her advantage, but the ref wasn't falling for it, unfortunately.
Errant pass and the turnover this time as the ball heads down to the right, and it will go back to the Crusaders. So 2-0 the score with under 14 to go here in the first half. In this first of 2 semifinal games, West Linn, looks like we got a substitution going on right now. Coming off for West Linn is Kaya Cadle. Oh, we got a timeout called. Let's talk about this right now. 2-0. West Linn has pretty much been on the defensive end almost the entire first 12 minutes of this game. So what are you saying to them as a coach right now?
Yeah, I think just the 2 opportunities they did have, I would have wanted them to pull it out, get a touch again, and then try to get into our offensive set. I think Wasman had a good hash, and, there's an opportunity to take it. As you mentioned, Sydney's a really good goalie. But I think they just need to slow it down, and whatever their game is, play that, and get into a rhythm a little bit.
When you're looking at high school and you've got a player like an Ella McKay for West Linn, 64 goals this year. Along with that, she's got 26 assists, 48 ground balls. I mean, she seems to be everywhere, first team all league. Does it get to the point where you're like, we really need to get the ball into her stick? Or is it, again, just be patient and wait for your opportunities no matter who it is?
I think it depends on your team identity, your team nucleus. I know, their goal is to get back to championship the game and be there, but I think they got to go through it however they got here in the first place.
Right.
They won that triple overtime game, so whatever's in their DNA is what they need to use.
And the other thing you talked about a little bit earlier, a couple of injuries have come up. We mentioned Ava Murray, number 7. She's out for West Linn with an injury. Audrey Jacqueline, she's out with an injury. And these are 2 big midi players. So maybe that's also part of it as well for the coaching staff to say, hey, 2-0, settle down, you're okay, because you're filling the holes all right.
Yeah, I think, defensively they have come up with a couple stops. I think really whether it's nerves or just tired legs from the triple overtime game, they just need to transition and have a little bit cleaner passing, which, like I said, is a little uncharacteristic for what I've seen for them playing earlier this year. It could be that they are missing those middies to transition the ball. That's usually where you want to go through. Get it to your middies and then get it up to your Lilas and your Ellas and have them go to work. So hopefully they can figure something out. It might be moving players a little bit around and finding what's going to work for them for this game.
And for Jesuit right now, again, the 2-0 lead. They have those 2 goals, but are they really completely in sync offensively?
I think they're shooting. They're getting opportunities. They're getting good, clean looks. They've been on the 8-meter a couple times. I think whether they need to run it in a little bit more and not take those power outside shots is something to consider, and just get more shots on cage, because we have seen quite a few go wide.
Right.
It's not going to help you if you're not shooting on frame.
Yeah, that's true. There's the old comment that, of course, no goals are, what is it, that you can't score if you don't shoot? Well, yeah,
Yep.
You can't score either if it's 10 feet wide, which was more the way I played. So as we look, Jesuit will have it down to the right, basically on the goal line. Over in the corner, West Linn looking to try and cause a turnover if they can. They'll get it back to the keep. Partovi will go ahead and swing it to the far side. Pressure applied by Adams up there from West Linn. Trying to get something. Can't just do it yet. Young had it.
Yeah, it was kind of
that
interesting.
Pass. What? Go ahead.
It was kind of interesting timeout call, because in girls lacrosse you can only time out if you have possession of the ball. So that means Bloomhart called it for Jesuit, and I felt like they were having the momentum and they just gave West Linn a break, and it ends up being a turnover, their first turnover in the ride for West Linn. So interesting coaching choice.
So right now, excellent pressure in the middle by the Lions, and they go ahead and try to set things up. Lots of space down on the far side. They'll fire it over into the middle, looking for Freeman. Now as they get set up, it's on the wing. There's Ella McKay. McKay is matched up with Kim. That's going to be, boy, talk about somebody being tired at the end of the game. Could be Kim if she's having to stay with McKay all day long.
Yeah, 2 3D teammates there. They know each other well.
It's the problem. They know each other's moves. That can make it a little bit tougher on the offensive end of things for McKay, but she will do what she can. Here it's set up behind. Adams again with it, looking to wrap. But one goal, making this a one-goal game for the West Linn could really do wonders for them right now. They've been just looking to try and get something solid here offensively. Taking their time, they go to the far side for Bast. Working around. Little bit of space, backing out. That time to Skates.
Oh,
a give and a go, but there's the shot and the goal from the far side, and who, of course, it's McKay with her first one of the night.
Yeah, Lila had a nice backdoor cut off that as well. That little two-man those two can play is definitely something we need to watch for.
Well, I think it can tell you a lot about these two teams and how evenly matched up they are, as we just went 9 minutes without a goal. 9 minutes where all of a sudden opportunities were abound in there until McKay went ahead and cashed in on what is her 65th goal of the year.
Looks like West Linn's trying to get some of their middies a rest. Wasman's coming off. And a switch up for the draw. So we got a new draw taker on this one.
Players get set on the circle. Jesuit matched up on one end, however, a lot of space on the other side.
Yeah, we got two new draw takers here for both teams. So
here comes the move, but it's grabbed away by West Linn, and that's picked up by Sheely. McKay cuts down the center, trying to get her second one, but nice patience again provided by Skates. Ball's loose and finally corralled in the corner by Adams. They'll set it up again. That errant pass knocked away, and the aggressive defensive play by Edwards creating the turnover. Off to Kim, and she'll try to bring it up. Up towards center. Abernathy stopped for just a moment.
Looks like we're going to have a yellow card here. Check to the head during the ride. Ella McKay is going to come off for 2 minutes. In high school, that's an unreleasable penalty. Doesn't matter if it was intentional or not. Anything in the head region above the neck is automatically going to be a yellow card.
So woman up for Jesuit right now for the next 60 seconds. Players all over the place. There's a centering pass, a shot, saved again by Campbell. Bounces out, and it's picked up by the Lions.
Huge save, and the woman up.
Now, trying to find out exactly what we've got. The ball, the whistle called.
Yeah, cross body check, and in women's lacrosse, you want to keep things going, self-restart, but officials making her go back to where that foul occurred.
Patelli picks it up, looks to come in, defended there. She'll back away, has players coming in quickly. Daskalos cuts to her left, space, shot, goal.
Just a nice clean drive in there from Piper, protecting her stick. A little bit of a dodge, duck, and really nothing Campbell can do about that one. She was just left alone on the doorstep.
For Daskalos, her 54th goal on the year, and the time of that one coming at 10:19. So they have a few more seconds on that woman up here before McKay is released.
We got another player coming out for West Linn, a couple of subs. Haven't really seen any subbing on the Jesuit side.
Not much, and some of these West Linn players really looking gassed over there. Maybe Lucy Maddox, who just came off, either gassed, frustrated, trainer over there working with her. Oh, wrong side, wrong side. You got to get the right numbers, right, Mansfield? Come on, that's Laidlaw. Thanks, Sean.
I got you.
Thank you. That's.
I wasn't going to give away your secrets. I'm really the neck here, turning all the heads.
Laidlaw was the one that's struggling down there. We'll keep an eye on her. So they've got the trainer with her. 3-1 the score for Jesuit.
And they're still warming up.
She's still in the box. That 1 minute should have been gone.
It's a 2-minute non-release.
2 minute non. Okay, 2 minutes on that one. Oh, boy.
Looks like an off-ball hold. Freshman Caroline there trying to defend Piper. Stop her cuts. This is a big job for a freshman.
Player of the year, and the freshman's got a stopper. All right, well, here comes Piper Daskalos. Straight on, the best angle you would want. From the 8 goes, shot saved again by Campbell. Big save, loose ball in front. We had a whistle blown beforehand.
We had, as the ball was coming out from that save, it looked like Jesuit reached into the goal circle, so can't do that. And ball's gonna go back to Campbell.
Oh, what a break. Got a great save, Campbell. I mean, I know it's 3-1 right now, but Campbell has been absolutely fantastic between the pipes with a couple of point-blank saves. West Linn trying to carry it in.
That yellow card's finally released, and in a good time since West Linn has the ball.
McKay on the right side, and they'll get set up. So they only give up 1 on a 2-minute woman up. Credit to their defense. And really that goal only came because of an inadvertent turnover out near center. They had possession of the ball, did West Linn, before Jesuit able to create the turnover and create the goal. So let's see, in the final 8:25 of the first half. Did you expect this type of score 12 minutes in? Just 4 goals between these two teams.
I didn't know what to expect, Todd.
All right.
I knew we were going to have a good game,
yeah.
but you never know in these finals games what the jitters are going to cause and who's going to settle in first.
It was 10-9 last time these two teams played, Jesuit getting the edge. This time it's going to be Wasmond again, the exact same spot as she was at earlier. Here she comes in, takes the shot, got that one into the back of the net to make it a 1-goal game.
Scoring on the position shots.
Reese with just enough deception to have that one go past Sid, but Sid, I think, got a piece, so she's going to be wanting that one again.
It's a big play for West Linn to, again, only give up 1 on that 2-minute penalty and then to come right back a minute later and score themselves.
Yeah, I think they're just really trying to work through their subs here, keep kids fresh.
You know, and you mentioned it earlier, they did have a 3-overtime game against Lake Ridge just a few days ago. Maybe some of the legs are still a little bit shot. I mean, there's lots of things that could happen. Jesuit, as you mentioned, not a lot of substitutions for them. Loose ball picked up quickly and brought up by Abernathy.
Yeah, Abernathy's so key in the draw circle there, coming up big for Jesuit.
Again, that can just have such a big, and they'll call, okay, a push on the backside. I was concerned they were going to call a shot to the head. It looked like somebody was trying to sell something up top. Fortunately, nobody buying.
I don't think Coach Greg Close from West Linn was loving that one, but.
Nope, certainly not. Right now, in front, quick shot and a goal. Played in front that time. Looked like that was Abernathy who got it. Great job with the first fake to draw the keeper out, create the angles in the space.
Yeah, just a quick inside feed there.
So that one coming just 42 seconds after the last one, when all of a sudden West Linn had made it a 1-back to make it a 2-goal game. I guess I spoke a little bit too early when I was saying, how about this low-scoring game? All of a sudden it's heated up offensively.
I think both teams are settling in a little bit to their own rhythms, finding the opportunities that come.
Big high five for Lily Hobie coming off for West Linn at that particular time, so they like what that group's doing. Another substitution, as you mentioned. On the draw, way up in the air and almost corralled, but oh, not picked up that time by Cadle. And Jesuit gets another one. Maybe that being one of the telling secrets right now in this game and the score. A lot of control off the draw as that errant pass is going to roll, but not far enough. Picked up by Jesuit, stepped over the line. Nice defensive play by Emerson Carl.
Yeah, Emerson's come up with a few good digs early to give West Linn the ball back.
Great clear by Campbell as she gets it all the way up to Lippert. Lippert trying to get there, has to switch hands and tries to drop it back. Instead, it's knocked away by Jesuit. Here they come. It's House. House comes in, and we've got what looks to be a yellow card.
Well, unfortunately, Emerson's not going to get away with that one. It's going to be a dangerous foul.
Dangerous contact on the Lions. Number 14. That's Emerson Carl. Yellow card, 2-minute penalty.
So here you go, as we hear the coaches down there for Jesuit talking to Parker House, saying, way to take that. Not only that, but she did the great job forechecking up front, knocked it away, created the opportunity, and here they go. Looks like, who are they going to give that to? Looks like number 26, Quinny Handley. From the 8. A big play, cuts in, shoots, just sneaks it inside the right post on the non-stick side, and Handley's got herself her 14th goal on the year.
Another contributing freshman there for the Jesuit squad.
Scoring for
Looks like they're just checking out Parker, making sure she's all good.
Number 26.
Got a little bit of turf burn there on the elbow as she got shoved from behind. And that was a play in which, and we've talked about Emerson Carl and some of the plays she's had for West Linn. She kind of had to give it up as she was coming back to cover off the turnover, and just said, "Well, I gotta take the penalty." She did, but now 1 goal early on in that, as the gap is 3, 5-2 lead for Jesuit.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on the check there. Officials didn't like it. So back to the draw circle.
Lately, this has been going slanted toward Jesuit. They've been picking up a bunch of them. There's a loose one as well, and what do we got?
Ooh, unfortunate cover right there.
Cannot cover that, but an errant pass. Here's the chase to it. Jesuit running to try and grab it. McKay had it there on the sideline, but excellent play by Randall as she's able to save it.
Yeah, Jesuit winning out these 50-50s, both on the ground balls and in the draw circle.
In front, Abernathy stops, turns, spins, goes left-handed, shoots. Missing wide right. Stays with the Crusaders, and they quickly come in, actively picking up that ball. Again, the quick shot by Piper. She just missed that time.
Yeah, they're still warming up, so they should have someone on a 2v1.
In front, shot, top shelf. That's a goal coming around the corner. Sophia Patelli, 6-2.
Yeah, nice off-stick side there by Patelli. Making Campbell work for her saves.
And that's 3 in a row and 3 in the last 2 minutes for the Crusaders, as they are really clicking right now. And for Becca Wachtel, the big question is she did not use a timeout earlier in this game when one was called. She knows halftime's coming in a few minutes, but if all of a sudden it gets to 5 goals, that's a tough gap to shore up. Does she call one now to get those final 5 minutes stronger for her Lions?
Well, she switched it up on the draw circle. We now have Brooklyn on the draw side, and Wasman's now in the circle, which she hasn't been. So might be hoping to change it up a little bit and get an opportunity, get into their attacking end. They still have time on the foul as well.
That one up in the air. McKay tries to come in and grab it. Loose ball picked up again by Randall. Randall's been everywhere early on in this game. Drops it up for Handley coming in.
Shooting space call there.
So Randall, who had one Handley, who had one just a moment ago from about the same spot at the 8, will try again. Cuts in, bouncer, great save by Campbell. Defense tries to pick it up in front. She reaches out, had it, got it stolen away. Not sure who's going to get credit. That we'll have to wait and see. It looks like that was Handley. I believe that was either.
Catching the rebound and the goal for the Crusaders. That's freshman number 26.
I think Westland was hoping that there might be a crease violation there. Hanley just picked it up right in front of the goal, put it back. Not much you can do about that as a goaltender to save that when it's right on your doorstep.
Just out there and your stick's getting hit, trying to keep it in there, but Handley, the freshman, goes ahead and picks up her second goal, and her second in the last minute 28.
Yeah, well, Westland's got to do something to stop the bleeding here. I haven't won a draw in a while, and it's just piling on now on the goals. Defensive switch, something. They need a little spark. The penalty still isn't released, by the way.
Oh. This one comes to the near sideline, and again, that speed of Randall comes up. She picks it up.
Yeah, Jesuit's just winning all the ones on the ground at this point. They really need to win it in the air cleanly for Westland to have a chance, it seems like.
And again, they're just showing their speed, and here comes Kim right up the middle. By 3 players, still has room. And now they'll go ahead, but still getting ready. It's now we're back even. Is coming back on is Carl, but it's still another, a great save by Campbell, and that a big one as they just return to even strength. Bringing it up near side, the Lions trying to carry it through, belongs to Laidlaw, push toward the sideline. Pushes it on up, errant pass as she tried to get it to Adams. Coming over to grab it is Partovi.
I was about to say, if she cleared that ball, that would have been impressive because she just ran about 60 yards with 4 girls on her back.
Right. That's the tough part.
Yeah, you really want to pass the ball up the field, let the ball do the work.
And sometimes when you're in a situation where it's 7-2, your team might not be clicking as much as you want offensively. Frustration, you're like, I can do it. You see this in all sports. You especially see it in high school where all of a sudden they forget that fundamental that, hey, just let the ball do the work. Make the passes. It goes a lot quicker.
Yep. Save the legs because now you're back on defense.
Ensminger had it. Pass that off over to Santiago, and here come the Crusaders once again. 3 minutes to go, first half, 7-2. Crusaders in control as we head towards the break. Santiago cuts in, goes to her right.
Shooting space was called there, so that's going to be the low slide. In girls lacrosse, you can't just jump out in front of the shooter. They have the lane to goal, so you either need to be within a stick's length of them.
Here comes Santiago, shoots, misses.
Yeah, that was wide.
Yeah, okay, good.
I don't know who was celebrating, but they have a worse view than we do.
I heard a lot of celebrating, and I don't know. Jesuit girls, I all saw them go together, and here comes West Linn. Even running through, they look a little fatigued in the legs. Carrying it up that time was Sheely. She just looked gassed.
Yeah, freshman, big time.
See her out there, her hands are on her head. She is just begging for air right now. And again, that might be the mix of the triple overtime and the sun. Honestly, these kids are all facing the sun. They're looking right into it from their bench. So they're not getting any bit of a break.
They don't look like the only ones. Gigi looks like she's using her stick as a cane out there.
Clearing things up. And counting numbers, maybe.
Officials are...
But either way, they've got it on the 8 far side. This would be a perfect way to stop the bleeding. There's the shot, but it's saved, knocked right back towards Bast as Partovi comes up with a big one. Ball goes to the far side, still loose. Who's going to win this 50-50? Coming away with it that time was Young.
Yeah, Mason with a big-time ground ball there. And Sydney launching a long clear.
That one a little bit too far, so who's going to hustle and get there as it rolls and rolls, and sure enough, another 50-50, and Jesuit comes up with it. Patelli.
So red, they're probably going to stall it out until 30 seconds, and then at the last 30 seconds, they are going to have the clear to go. Shades now on their side as well, so just going to work it around. 30 seconds on that clock.
Take their time. Patelli says, I'll go a little early, but a great save again by Campbell. Coaching staff none too happy. When your whole team's calling red 30 and you shoot with 49, it doesn't add up. So now Campbell looking, wants to go deep. Thought she had McKay in the center circle, but instead she'll go short this time to Carl. Carl hit from behind, lost it for a moment. And here comes Jesuit. Up in there is Daskalos. Cuts around one, moves in.
Yeah, shooting space call on that one.
So that means with 24 seconds remaining here in the first half, Piper Daskalos will go ahead and have one from her favorite spot. Nope, they're going to move her a little bit. It's not going to change all that much. She still likes being up top.
See if she opts to run this one in.
Bounces it home, 8-2.
Yeah.
Daskalos with her second on the night.
Yeah, those first two she did as a windup, so I was curious to see if she was going to switch it up and go for the run-in. That one's on frame, and a goal's a goal, it's a goal. Doesn't matter how you score it.
And if you're tabulating at home, Campbell's got a tremendous amount of saves tonight. She's actually been playing really, really well, but so far, the problems are the saves aren't coming when it's pretty much one on none, which it has been numerous times tonight. Either coming off the 8-meter or just on a breakaway.
Yeah, and Westland looks like they may have opted to add another defender back early. One of their middies is probably staying back, and they've moved up Ella McKay to the draw circle. They're just not winning draws, and they don't want to let Jesuit push the pace anymore.
Especially with 21 seconds left, teams can score quickly here.
Yeah.
And this would be a real nasty cut if this one were to happen. But again, it's picked up by Jesuit as Santiago grabs it. They're going to try and create with now 13 seconds remaining. On up ahead to Randall. Time and space looking for a teammate. There's somebody in front, shot in the goal. 5 seconds remaining, and Abernathy puts it in.
Unfortunate break there for West Linn. They had the numbers, they were even, but they weren't marked clearly, and they just let them push the pace. And again, as you mentioned, Campbell all alone with Gigi on the doorstop. Really tough saves to make.
Just finished the day of watching the NC2A women's lacrosse. They can't stop when people are on the doorstep, no matter. I mean, there's just so many impressive shots. When you've got that, that's on that offensive end, you want to be able to finish that. Go with the fake, go with the different angles, bounce, high, low. Right now, Jesuit is just clicking here in the first half, up 9-2, 5 seconds left. This one's sent up, and that should pretty much wrap things up. There's your horn for the first half, where it has been all Jesuit right now. After an early back and forth that was 3-2 in favor of Jesuit with 7:53 to go. In the final 8 minutes, 6 straight by Jesuit, and that's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. But the Lions are a team that is battle-tested. They know how hard it is to get here. They worked extra hard in their last game to take down Lake Ridge 9-8 in triple overtime. So you can bet they're going to come up with a plan, but they've only got 5 minutes to come up with it. All right, so quickly, what would you tell them in the first, what do you need to do in the first 5 minutes of this second half?
Win the draw.
All right, there it is.
They need to give themselves opportunities and opportunities early. I think they've been on defense for about 75% of this game.
And when you talk about draws, yes, winning the draws, but also we can maybe pinpoint being a little crisper with the passes and also the ground balls, because right now it's leaning way towards Jesuit's side here in the first half. They're winning more of those. We're going to take a quick break. We've only got a couple of minutes, but we're going to catch our breaths because there's been lots of action, and we've got lots more of it the second half coming up. I'm Todd Mansfield along with Sean Hansen. We'll be back with the second half of Game 1 of the semifinals of this state tournament between Jesuit and West Linn in just a moment. As we get ready for the second half, again, Todd Mansfield and Sean Hansen with you as we get ready for, well, what West Linn is hoping is a complete role reversal, because in the first half, it was all Jesuit. They've got the 9-2 lead right now, and you talked about it. Simple things. But some simple things are what really seem to be working for Jesuit, I believe, when they've got, that was Jesuit's phrases that they were using. Is that what you were showing me earlier?
Yeah. I was talking a little bit with Lauren Blumhart earlier this week, and one of her phrases for the team motto for this year is "do the right things in the right way," and I think that just speaks to what Jesuit's trying to achieve right now, which is keep it simple and do what we're good at. And then I really like this one because they've had I don't know if you watched the state championship last year, but calm is contagious, as well as panic. And so I think this year they're really working for the calm is contagious. And I think so far they're doing that here tonight.
That is indeed true. Now, I did not get the opportunity, but I'm with you. I like that. Heck, I think shirts have got to be printed up with that somewhere. I'm guessing that I would. Absolutely. So early on, great to start for West Linn. They win the first draw. However, McKay loses the ball on the far side as she's challenged again by Abernathy. On the pass up the middle, however, hits the ground. Ball's knocked around. Picked up this time by Randall, but then stolen back by West Linn. Grabbed there in the center by Bast. Almost. A little different energy right now from West Linn out of the gate.
Yeah, I think they need to really get a quality shot on Cage here, find something that works for them, and start getting back to their DNA on attack.
On that pass over on the far side from Skates over to Bast, that pass actually a little bit too high for Bast and created the turnover.
Yeah, it looks like Mason went down there, lost her goggles, slow to get back up.
It's like a yard sale down there.
Yeah.
So now she's all set. We're ready. Little bit of space. Right behind her is Bast. Smartly fires it over to Partovi. Partovi just waiting and looking as the sun is starting to create some long shadows out on the field. Out towards center, loose ball. Santiago tries to come up with it, can't. Loose, and it's picked up by Laidlaw.
Huge ground ball there. West Linn really needs to get a shot on frame this time down.
Right out of the gate, they need to start things the right way, trying to create something up top. Cadle had it, gave it off, spin move in front. There's a shot and a save. It's knocked towards the corner. Nice job at the scoop by Skates. Osmond.
Little two-man game up top.
Wants that shot, comes back to her left, takes the shot, hit. Well, looks like she's going to get an opportunity at the 8. She will.
Looks like just a check through the sphere. Clearing out the penalty zone here.
This one a big one. She's 1 for 2 so far today. On the free shots, let's see what she can come up with this time. There's the shot, but a save. Tried to go high, and it's stopped by Partovi.
Yeah, stick side high isn't really where you want to go on Sid. You got to mix it up a little bit and move her if you want to have a chance.
Sydney Taylor, nope, check that. That's Edwards bringing it on up, and now it's over to Randall. Showing that speed up along the right side, and she'll head all the way behind as the Crusaders hold the 9-2 lead, looking to try and stretch that out to 8. Quick move inside.
It's a nice dodge by Parker.
Super move by Parker House. Almost the whistle actually hurting her. She had the opportunity to run in and score, and now they're making her stop, but nobody's complaining when you're sitting free on the 8-meter. Here she comes in, takes the shot, bounces this one home, and gets that 10-2 lead.
Jesuit doing a nice job of shooting around Campbell. Actually comes high in her goal circle. They're finding the space behind her instead of just firing a shot into her stick.
Time of that goal, 21-45.
Todd, I don't know if you can tell from up here, but Jesuit actually has a P4 FS written on the back of their calves. One of the men's players, Fitz, he went up through the CYO program, the Catholic Youth Program, a big part of the men's lax community, and unfortunately his dad, Frederick, passed away, so they're playing this one out for him. You know, tragic loss at the school there and in the lacrosse community.
No doubt that is a tight community. Jesuit banding together. Again, this is as you mentioned, a father of one of the boys players, but they've all got it on their calves. You can see it right down there on the bench. P4, what is that, P4?
Play for Fitz.
Fitz, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
play for Fitz, there it is.
So obviously Jesuit playing for something else as well tonight, which I'm sure is giving them extra motivation.
That certainly showing right now on 50-50s and the draws. Here on this one, up in the air, knocked loose, but coming over and picking it up, Santiago. Called her name a few times today. Randall had it for a moment. McKay, however, playing hard, knocks it free, gets thrown down. So a nice job by McKay to create the turnover. Get the ball back, and let's see what they can do.
It's interesting because whoever did the foul should be 4 meters behind, but oh, there's Randall. So I say she's nowhere to be seen. She's left the building. Oh.
And that trying to save it, and right away an errant pass by West Linn as they tried to push it up the left side, looking to get it out to Cadle, but they just missed again.
Isn't that just the story of them tonight? Every good thing that happens, they seem to get a little hiccup on the road.
Step forward and 2 steps back over on that one. Now over on the wing, it belongs to House. House puts it in the center. Loose ball picked up, carried out up top by Patelli. It's off for Randall, and she'll go back behind. Inside, shot in the goal. Double checking exactly who that seemed to be. There it is, who?
Karis.
Karis who?
Yeah.
Comes up with that goal. Haven't called her name today.
Scoring for the Crusaders, senior number 2, Karis.
Yeah, and with the field switch at halftime, Campbell's completely in the sun now. And Sid's back there relaxing in the shade.
And you brought up a good point, because who came in on the far side, and so all of a sudden Campbell looks at that, and even for us right now, we're dying up here with that sun in our eyes, and yet Campbell's trying to see it. That shot was coming right out of the sun off who. So a good move. And again, that's a heads-up play, thinking about just come around on that far side. Don't come around on the near side from where we are, what would be the east side of the field. Go on that west side. And that could pay dividends. It does. It's 11-2 Jesuit right now.
Jesuit must be feeling comfortable because they're starting to make some subbing changes. Looks like Lucy's up on the circle.
Loose ball, McKay comes away with it. Off the draw. Makes a stutter step move, drops in, gets it off on the wing. Shot saved again by Partovi. A good quick opportunity by Skates on the wing, but she just went straight into the net.
Yeah, unfortunately Skates was a little low inside the 8. You might notice she was almost goal line extended. That's a hard angle to make, especially on a good goalie.
Little extra contact there up near center as Daskalos gets taken down. Here she goes into the offensive end of things. 11-2, 19:58 to go here in this contest. The winner will face the winner of the Lake Oswego OES game. We'll have that for you in just a little bit. Taking a look, Daskalos comes out, takes a shot right in the chest, knocked down, loses the ball. The hard hit applied by Carl. And they get it back to Campbell. Campbell just walking it up slowly. Still looking great. Defense applied right now by Jesuit, giving no space for Campbell to go ahead and fire this up. The clock continues to click.
Yeah, Whistlin's pretty bunched right now, and they're clear.
They get it off this time over to Freeman. Freeman drops it back behind her. A shot towards the head against Laidlaw. She spins, moves, fires it up the left side. That's a high, long one. And once again, a turnover as she threw it too high for Bast.
Yeah, I think that's just a little bit too long of a pass. Maybe make the easy one the first one instead of the 50-yarder.
They set up Edwards for Jesuit. Stutter step move. She'll try and come up the wing. This one a little high, but grabbed there by Maddox. Will carry it in. Who had the last goal now on the far side, looking to wrap around Patelli. Patelli guarded by Carl. In front, loose ball down on the turf, rolling to the near side. Scooped up again by Jesuit. With it, House. .17:40 to go.
Setting up an ISO there.
Santiago shot. That one misses wide to the left as Campbell comes out to try and cut off the angles.
And that's big right there. Emerson just was closest to the end line there, so ball's awarded back to West Linn. Jesuit didn't have any backup. Little cat and mouse going on.
Daskalos chasing after Campbell, trying to force her into a mistake and a turnover. Can't do it as the ball's pushed up the far sideline, and the Lions look to advance, go to McKay. McKay had it, but hit from behind. Loses the ball there to Kim. Loose ball, 50-50. Who's going to come away with it? Jesuit and Daskalos.
That's new. Another 50-50 ball going Jesuit's way. West Linn back on defense.
Inside, quick move, a shot. A great save by Campbell as she was matched up against Patelli. One-on-none, she stopped her. Being aggressive, comes out of the crease that time to make the save. Errant pass, picked up by House. Drop it over, now Santiago. She's got the numbers 3-on-2 over on the wing. In front, player with it. Loose ball as it's knocked away. Trying to come up with something, there was Lucy Maddox. Maddox on the year's got 5 goals, wanted her 6th, couldn't get it.
Most kids would want that 6th goal. Don't blame her.
She thought she had the opportunity, but took a couple of shots there.
And now some of the subs are coming back in. Gigi's back on.
So Jesuit maybe trying to rest some of those legs a little bit with a 9-goal lead, 15:46 to go. McKay carries it in. And let's see what West Linn can do here in the final 15. Looks like we might have a timeout called.
Timeout West Linn there.
Yep.
Head coach Becca Wattell wants to talk things over and probably get our offense in order. They're going to need to fire off some shots here if they want a chance at this one.
So now all of a sudden, let's talk a little bit about, again, the final 15 minutes. Are we going to talk about a lot of clear outs and one-on-ones, trying to use some of your power players to create? Can you do that against a Jesuit team right now? Or are you going to look to go set up the screens, a little bit of, if you will, a pick and roll, see if you can dump some on the inside? They don't have the most height, per se, down the middle. But for West Linn offensively, we can't worry about the defensive end. They've got to score right now. So what are you telling them?
Yeah, I think I'd probably be trying to set up 2-man games on a long slide, so kind of clearing out elbows and attacking from certain points. I think, again, they've had shot opportunities, but you can't shoot stick side high on Sydney. It's just not going to fly. So maybe talking about our shot selection and where we're going to go. Bouncers will go, lows maybe, off stick sides for sure, and just get those quality opportunities when they are shooting. I definitely think you could have Ella McKay dodging from low as well, but you know, you got to have someone there if the slide does come that's ready to get that draw and dump inside.
Actually, they could probably use right now one of the phrases the Jesuits been using, which that calm one that you mentioned earlier. Calm is contagious. They have to maintain some sense of calm right now, because if they sit there and every time down, if it works, great. If it doesn't, they can't let that then play back into their defense, where they've committed so much on offense they give a counter up the other direction. And that seems to be what Jesuits able to take advantage of right now. They're winning 50-50s. They're controlling the middle, and they're controlling the offensive end of things. And that's giving them that big edge, 11-2 right now, as it looks like. Can't tell if that's that's OES has just entered the building on the far side. They will be facing off with Lake Oswego, who I saw earlier in the stands, but they're probably still in their locker room. Got plenty to go here in this one, 15-34.
Yeah, I think Jesuit, this is a good timeout for them as well. I think they've gotten a little sloppier than they want to play in the last few minutes, kind of pushing things to goal and kind of letting the chaos kind of take over their game a little bit. So Lauren Blumhardt's down in the coach's squatting position, giving her players some key takeaways, and I think that's going to be, hopefully we'll see a little bit more calm out of them.
So right now, 11-2. Let's see what we've got. Campbell trots on back down to go between the pipes, and it will be West Linn. They're waiting out there on the turf. Jesuit just taking their time.
Don't think the officials are loving that. I'm hearing the old triple whistle.
That's never a good sign.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of whistle talk there. That means hustle up, ladies.
So Jesuit scrambles out, matches up. In some sports, they just put the ball down and say go. If you're not out there, then you lose. Surprised they haven't done that yet.
We're a little more cordial here at women's lacrosse. So.
This is lacrosse. This is cordial?
Yes.
Goodness. Right now, West Linn working it around the outside. Let's see what they can do coming out of the timeout.
Looks like
set play.
Getting a little two-man with Lila and Ella. The slide comes early, though.
Right down there in the center, there was an opportunity. Having it was Skates, but on the shot lost it, but the whistle was blown. Don't know why, but it looks like she'll get an opportunity for a free shot from the game.
I think the stick was just up and around that neck area, just so maybe a check through the sphere, or it could have been a held. That's another one that sometimes gets called on those draws.
So here comes Lila Skates trying to do something. It's been a while since they've been able to do anything offensively. Great move, shot over the top, just couldn't follow through and get it down. It remains Lion ball. McKay was back there. Gives it up for Cadle. Cadle trying to work around a screen on the right side. Puts it in front. Now behind. McKay.
Slide sent early again by Jesuit. They're trying to, West Linn's trying to work that two-man game, but the slide's coming early and they really need someone else to pop off the stack, because that's who's open.
So that time McKay goes ahead, and let's see what the official call is. McKay's not that tall in stature. I like the way she kind of leaned down, which rose the stick up to her head. It's a smart play to go ahead and get something. Let's see if they can do anything with it. Oh, they had McKay right in front. She's calling for it, doesn't get the feed. Instead, it's Wasman. She can't get the shot off. Back behind her. There's a shot going low. Picked up by Jesuit. They'll carry it out Abernathy. On up ahead to Randall. Randall pushes it up ahead on the right side to Daskalos. Coming out chasing it is Campbell. She picks it about 15 yards out. Great aggressive play. Now she's got to protect it with nobody between the pipes.
Using her crease as a little extra defender there to set a pick for her and give her some breathing room.
She gets it. Great aggressive play, calling for it in the center. They get it on up ahead to Cadle. Cadle looking for McKay. McKay swallows that one up. Oh, but knocked out. Nope, whistle blown.
Yeah, that's a check right towards the face.
So McKay with players all around her, moves it over to the near side for Freeman. Freeman carrying it in, 12:50 to go. Again, 11-2, Jesuit with the lead.
Yeah, West Linn's gonna have to start firing off goals here. They want to edge their way back into this one.
Bast and Cadle. Skates. Again, like you've mentioned, most everybody else on the far side. Looks like they're trying to work a little bit of a two-man game if they can. Now Bast again. Goes to the outside for Sheely. Taking their time. That one just an errant pass, comes to the near side. Skate's going to chase after it, try and pick it up. Stays inside the blue line and gets it up top for Bast.
Yeah, good anticipation there by Mason, knowing they're trying to go to Lila and Ella and jumping that pass.
Great defense applied out front by Edwards. Forcing the pass by Bast up top for Cadle. They're keeping the Lions away, and is that a turnover? It is indeed.
Pressure on both the pass and the adjacents getting to him there.
Sean, what I'm impressed with right now is it's 11-2 and Jesuit still bringing a lot of defensive pressure. They're not letting up at all. Creating that turnover, a nice play as it's brought up the full sideline by Kim. She's still going with it. Now she'll back it out.
Jesuit might be looking for that running clock there, Todd.
That's right, at 10, that's when the clock starts to run. And what do we have?
I think they had an offsides call.
So now it belongs to West Linn.
Probably when Kim was running up that ball, one of the middies didn't stay back.
So they get that set, and so the other direction goes Sheely.
And again, there's a pass option up ahead. We gotta hit that and find it early.
They do get it to Adams. And they'll get set up. Now over to Skates. Skates has Wasman cutting down the middle, but again, nice help on the slide. Prevents her from getting anywhere. An errant pass on the near side looking for Bast, and that's gonna be Jesuit ball. Oh, the turnovers is not a stat that West Lynn's gonna wanna look at today.
Yeah, I don't think head coach Becca Wattell is gonna be impressed with the uncaused turnovers by her team. They really are their own worst enemy tonight.
Calling an extra push this time, running up the near sideline. Now they're just gonna let it go. On up ahead, the ball gets out to Abernathy. She'll carry it through. She's got an edge. Numbers, pass on the far side, shot and a goal! Putting that one in over on the wing. Sure enough, Piper Daskalos.
That's a nice play there by Jesuit. Just a little bit of tic-tac-toe up the field and finding the open player on the doorstep. Again, not much Campbell can really do.
Third on the night for Daskalos. That's 56 on the season. She's got a hat trick. Time of that one at 9:56. It had been a while, almost a little over 10 minutes since our last goal, but now the clock continues to run. So the clock will continue to run now the rest of the game, unless it drops back down below 10.
That's
so
right.
West Linn can stop it with a goal, but it all starts with the draw, where they were really strong. Those first 5 minutes we talked about, they came out, they were winning ground balls, they were winning draws, but they just weren't able to convert. So they did the little things, but not able to put the big things together, like putting it between the pipes. This loose ball picked up by House. House carries it in. Jesuit looking for more. And they'll take their time.
Yeah, I was talking with Coach Blumhart earlier this week, and she just mentioned that this group of girls is super coachable. And, you know, one of the best groups she's really had to work with. They really want to share the ball and share in the wealth, which is always nice in a team sport.
And that's certainly paid off because, as we've mentioned, in the last 2 years that we've had state, Jesuit's gone 1-1 in state finals. So they picked up a state title, looking for another one.
Definitely looking for another one. I think they got a good shot. It'll be interesting to see the second game tonight.
It will be. This up top, shot. Daskalos says, I'll take another, thank you very much, as she gets back-to-back goals to make it 13-2.
Scoring
8:16 to go. As she continues to pour it on right now. And this is certainly, I think, not what anybody really truly expected between these two teams. As we mentioned earlier this year in April 5th, it was a 10-9 game. The Jesuit just snuck out. But as everybody says, it's always good to be peaking at the right time. And if, I'm telling you, if Jesuit keeps playing like this, that means they are heading towards that peak. Couple of substitutions coming in. Natalie Kerr for Jesuit, and along with that, Taylor Stalick comes in.
Yeah, Jesuit taking the opportunity to rest some kids and get some other kids some extra reps.
See what they can come up with. This one thrown all the way down towards the end for the Lions, and they pick it up.
Laidlaw.
But at the same time, right, they go ahead and the ball's headed the wrong direction. So the Lions got it, but they're down at their goal line, and then there's a whistle and a turnover. Whose ball is it? Nope, they're going to give it back.
Yeah, it was a push call.
Okay.
So should be black ball. And I know the seniors on West Linn will love to get the ball down on attack. There's only 3 of them, and I'm sure they don't want their season to be over.
Coming on the near side as they get it over. That ball, however, lost. Touched away in front. Great defensive play as Laidlaw comes and picks it up. She's going to try and carry it out. Looks for a long pass up the far sideline. Saved there by McKay. Kicked over the blue line, and it's going to be Jesuit ball. So Jesuit Stalick will go ahead and fire it in, and it's going to be Kim carrying it through. There's that long pass up the sideline they've been struggling with.
Katie Laidlaw is one of those seniors, and she's hustling, working hard for those ground balls, but I think that long pass is just her kryptonite tonight.
Coming in, Kim. Shot. Saved once again by Campbell. She's had some big ones, a big quick clear. She gets it out to Wasman. Wasman goes ahead and runs right into Santiago. The whistle blows, and
yeah, West Linn looking for those quick restarts with the clock running, and officials aren't having it.
This one picked up at center for a moment. They still have it. Indeed, they do. Cadle. 5:55 to go. On the right side, they would love to find the back of the net here. It's been since 7:53 remaining in the first that they've scored. McKay keeps running through the middle. Kim is all over her. They just can't feed it to her. Still with it. That shot high by Skates as she tried to come back to the left hand. So McKay wrapping around, puts it in, finally got one, top shelf. A nice shot by McKay. And
I gotta be honest, Todd, I don't know how that thing went in there. She was GLE, she must have channeled Kayla Trainer or Charlotte North or someone, because that was on a line.
Just a beautiful, quick shot out of there. It might have been on the non-stick side too, which might have made it a little bit, but that wasn't much room. She was putting that in a teeny little hole, and you're right, Charlotte North from Boston College, the NC2A record holder. One heck of a talent. One heck of a talent is Ella McKay. That's her 65th goal on the year. Make that 66th as she's got 2 tonight.
Bleeding doesn't stop, though, because Jesuit's still up by 10.
That's right. That's the tough part. They need one more to get that clock off the continuous roll. And now it's just Jesuit doing little things to keep that clock rolling, like making the adjustments on the draw.
Oh. Let's see if that should be black ball.
Oh, they're going to give it to Jesuit. It didn't look like Wasman moved at all.
Yeah, I thought Gigi went early with that one, but.
Pass on the wing, shot knocked away again by the keeper Campbell. A great save, trying to save it. Over in the corner was Daskalo.
So interesting call here. A lot of people would think that should be black ball, but if you don't control it on a shot, it's still who was closest to when the ball went out of bounds. So that's what the official saw there, is that Daskalos didn't actually control the ball. She only touched it. So doesn't matter. In girls lacrosse, it's still closest to the ball when the ball goes out of bounds.
Nice clarification on that one. Thank you very much, because I was sitting there looking at it. Wait a second, hold it.
I'm here to teach y'all. Even you, Todd.
Thank you. I need it. As that one goes up top, and looks like Quinny Handley gets another goal. Been busy today. Handley's been all over the field and been able to put a couple in the back of the net as well, as that's a hat trick for her, goal number 22. So 2 hat tricks. so far for Jesuit as they now lead 14-3. Clock running, 3 minutes remain. It was interesting earlier, as I mentioned, I was watching a lot of the NC2A tournament and seeing Lauren Gilbert, former Lake Oswego player who is a star for the Northwestern squad, who made it to the semifinals before falling to eventual national champion North Carolina. It's just great to see somebody out of the Northwest having such success on a national stage. McKay wants to have success, does, with another goal for McKay. Puts it in, but it might be a little too late.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's too little too late, but McKay's not going out without a little bit of a fight there.
That's right. As she picks up another one. And McKay now has her hat trick and her 67th goal on the year. And as much as you want to say that's a great move offensively, Jesuit might be kind of backing off just a little bit, or a little bit sloppy defensively that time.
Looks like we
McKay,
have
though,
a ball problem. I didn't see the ref signal the time, so clock is still running.
Guess number 4 of the Lions.
as we sit at 14-4, and we're coming in on a minute and a half. McKay would love to grab another one, or someone else on this squad to go ahead and stop that clock for at least the final few. On the draw, up high, who's coming in? McKay's trying to grab it there. Abernathy battles for it, but coming away with it is McKay.
McKay's putting this team on her back, Todd.
Right now, she's just showing some ferocity going behind the net. She has space if she can wrap around, but gives it off, and there's the errant pass. You mentioned maybe a little bit tired. She's just been running about 40 or 50 yards. Ball comes loose on the ground, 50-50, trying to come up with it. Touched for a moment.
Cross.
And Cadle had it.
Call.
Okay, cross check, and so the Lions will get it back. Cadle has to quickly get it off to a teammate as the clock now under a minute.
Waiting for those Jesuit players to give her 4 meters.
That wasn't much 4 meters there. 4 feet maybe. Up top, goes over onto the wing, and now it skates. West Linn may end up on the short end of the stick here, but boy, would they love to go ahead and wind this one, wrap this one up with a goal. 35 seconds remain. Skates, shot, save that time again by Partovi. Partovi gives it up to Santiago. They go up the center.
You know, one of the problems they've had is marking up in the midfield. They just keep leaving someone lower than the ball and sliding up. It's really caused them a lot of problems. So
probably one of the ones, Randall. She's been doing it all day long, getting that ball and firing up there as we're down to 5 seconds remain. They're looking for another one. Here's a shot and a goal right at the buzzer. And that makes your final score 15-4. That looks like it was Santiago who went in and got that goal there at the end. Kind of an exclamation point on what was a tough day for West Linn, but one heck of a performance by Jesuit as they now find themselves in the finals of the Girls State Championship here in lacrosse. As we wrap things up on this particular broadcast of this semifinal, let's first talk about West Linn, a team that battled hard, had a great season. They finished 14-4 overall, the 3 overtime win. What can you say about this group and where they're headed with maybe who returns for next year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the seniors they're losing are definitely key players that will be missed. Lila, Sam, Laidlaw out there, they were definitely names we were calling a lot tonight. You know, they got a young coach in Becca and some key players as well, juniors that they were missing that I think would have been huge difference makers. Eva Murray, Audrey Jacqueline. I know Ellie Bass was also injured, one of their defenders. And they leaned a little bit on some of those freshmen as well. So I think their future's bright, and I think if they keep pushing, I know they spend spring break down playing instead of all going off, which when I coached high school, my kids would like go to China and Bend and all over the place. So I think they're pushing the envelope for sure.
Always good to see. And for Jesuit, as they go ahead and advance, we saw a terrific performance by Sid Partovi between the pipes, continuing to show that she is one of the best goalies in the state. 59% save percentage on the season. She was probably better than that today as the team goes ahead and moves on. Your thoughts with them? They showed they have the tools to win a second in a row.
Yeah, I think they're definitely equipped to do it. I think they played pretty crisp tonight, which is what they need to do when facing either OES or LO. And I think they have some strong freshmen as well as some strong juniors that'll lead them. So I think they're battle tested, and I think they're ready to roll.
Well, they'll go take a break, and they'll probably sit around and watch this next game. It's going to be a good one between Lake Oswego and OES, a team that started the season 0-4, 2-6. And yet here they find themselves in the state semifinals. We'll have that broadcast for you coming up. But in the meantime, we will take a break. Sean, enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining us up here in the booth. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again, I hope, real soon.
I think so.
All right, Sean Hansen, that's the professor. Me, I'm just the yapper. Anyway, so Professor, great job tonight. That's Sean Hansen. I'm Todd Mansfield. Thanks again for joining us. The final score, 15-4, Jesuit moving on to the state final. LO and OES coming up next.